Welcome back, hunters. If you're all about affinity for your attacks, then today we're diving into a brand new hammer build designed for getting your affinity up to 95 to 100% under certain conditions. Once these conditions are met, then it's up to your high level gameplay to upkeep the 95 to 100% affinity. Let's get right to it. For this build, we're sliding in with the center hammer coming from the recently titled Update 1 monster, Mizutsune. This hammer has an attack of 210 raw with 15% affinity and 350 water attack. There is a new skill that is introduced on the weapon called Slick Blade, where if you are affected by Bubble Blight, you get a plus 21 increase in affinity and a plus 9 increase in affinity if you're wet. Our armor setup consists of, for the head, Mizutsune Helm Beta, which gives 2 points in Aquatic Oil Silt mobility with the 3-2 deco slot option. For the chest, Mizutsune Male Beta, which gives 1 point in Constitution and 1 point in Burst with a 2-2 deco slot option. For the arms, Guardian Arcvale Vambraces Beta, which gives 2 points in Weakness Exploit with the 1-1-1 deco slot option. For the waist, Mizutsune Core Beta, which gives 2 points in Constitution with the 3-1 deco slot option. And for the legs, Mizutsune Greaves Beta, which gives 2 points in Burst with a 3-slot deco option. These 4 pieces of Mizutsune equipped grant you the set bonus skill, Mizutsune's Prowess, which prevents major Bubble Blight and ups your evasion when affected. You can, however, trigger minor Bubble Blight by simply evading, which is what we want to do. For the talisman, we'll be going with Challenger Charm, which gives 2 points in Agitator, and to top it off, we'll be using the Corrupted Mantle, which further increases our affinity by a now nerfed 5% when put on, and another 5% and plus an attack by landing continuous attacks on the monster. This makes it so that the monster being enraged will give you the last 5% you need, or if the monster isn't enraged, the mantle can cover that for you. The skills for this build are simple, as you only really need 5 decorations to get this build to 95% to 100% affinity, given you meet the requirements to obtain it. For the center hammer, 1 Expert Jewel 3, 1 Expert Jewel 2, and 1 Crit Element Jewel 1. With the center hammer, it has 15% affinity to start with, so adding the Expert Jewels give it plus 20% more affinity, raising its total affinity to 35%. For the build, I wanted to get the crit element up since we're using a water hammer, so that can be slotted into the 1 deco slot. For the armor, all you need is just 3 Tenderizer Jewels. With the 3 Tenderizer Jewels, our Weakness Exploit goes up to level 5 and increases the affinity of attacks that hit a monster's weak point by 30% and wounds by 20%. This leaves you with 4 level 1 deco slots and 4 level 2 deco slots to place whatever you're comfortable with there. An option I could suggest is Coalescence, which increases your elemental attacks after recovering from the Bubble Blight buff when its timer runs out. Thus, you can just re-roll to get Bubble Blight again, and you don't lose Coalescence. By the time Coalescence runs out, your Bubble Blight should be near its end immediately, which will give you Coalescence once again. Then you just rinse and repeat. Your other skills that come from the armor set, Constitution, reduces stamina depletions when evading, blocking, or doing certain actions by 30%, so this helps lessen stamina drain when rolling. When you are continuously attacking the monster, the skill Burst kicks in to help increase attack and elemental attack. And lastly, Aquatic Oil Silt mobility prevents you from being slowed down in water and oil silt, and also negates waves as well. As stated in the beginning of the video, there will be some requirements of this build to reach a full 100% affinity. First, you must be wet at all times. This gives you the 9% of Slick Blade. Second, you activate Bubbly Dance 2 by evading/rolling 3 times, which in turn gives you the 21% of Slick Blade for receiving the Bubble Blight. Note that getting hit causes you to lose Bubble Blight and the 21%. You still keep the 9% if you're wet. Paired with the weapon affinity of 15%, crit eye level 5 of 20%, a weakness exploit of 30% will bring you to 95% affinity. At this point, you can throw on the Corrupted Mantle to get your final 5%, or wait for Agitator to proc and get its 5%, bringing you to a full 100% affinity. Now you're wondering, how can you keep the Slick Blade's 9% for being wet? The only places where you could get the most out of this is the Scarlet Forest and the Oilwell Basin, of course, and the entire area is not covered in water and oil. So I have somewhat of a small solution until we get something to further help the build in future updates, and that's luring pods. You can lure the monster to a water or oil area and proceed your assault there, or if the monster started in that area and they decide to leave, you can just hit them with a luring pod and they come right back to you, allowing you to upkeep your 95%, 100% if Agitator kicks in or you throw on a Corrupt Mantle, affinity in water and oil. If you were wondering about Swimmer's Mill, yes, it does work for this build, but there is something that I need to address which is odd. If you have Swimmer's Mill active, receiving Bubble Blight 2 activates Swimmer's Mill, which indicates you're wet, but you don't receive the 9% of Slick Blade even though you're wet. So I'm not sure if the wording is incorrect or the wording was mispronounced, or maybe there's a bug with the skill. We're not sure, but if anyone knows about that, definitely let me know, because I was totally confused when I was trying to figure this out. And that's the build. If you ever find yourself in the Scarlet Forest or the Oilwell Basin, especially if you're fighting a monster that's weak to water, give this build a try and let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you made it to the end of this video and you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!